For years, titans with the goal of eating humans have appeared in the world. The population was cruelly reduced, bringing it to the brink of extinction and forcing it to live within walls. And here we see Eren and Mikasa. They meet the soldiers in charge of protecting what little remains of humanity within the walls. But they are completely intoxicated. Eren, indignant, criticizes their lack of interest in keeping them safe, but one of them tells him, "I have seen those monsters and believe me, it is impossible for them to knock down these walls." At that moment, the boys run because the Exploration Legion arrived. This category does go outside the walls, fights with titans with the aim of finding something to help them win this battle, but they always return with numerous casualties and defeated. A woman asks the captain about her son, but when he sees her, he gives her the only thing he recovered from him. "I'm sorry, it's my fault your son is dead, and the worst thing is that we couldn't find anything." The villagers feel helpless to see that their only hope is nowhere near victory. While Mikasa worries about Eren because he plans to join the Exploration Legion when he grows up and doesn't want to see him die. Upon arriving home, he tells his parents. His mother screams, telling him there's no way, but his father leaves in silence. She asks him to say something, but he replies that it's impossible to extinguish human curiosity with words, but when he returns, he will show them what he has kept in the basement. It's a very valuable secret. When he leaves, Eren tells his mother that he does not intend to live like cattle and runs in the same direction where Armin is being bullied by some thugs. When they see that Eren arrives to defend him, they are happy because they want to beat him up, but they tremble when they see that Mikasa comes to defend him too, so they have no choice but to flee. Armin tells them that he only said that one day humans would get out of these walls and that was enough to get beat up. This infuriates Eren, but a lightning bolt strikes and outside we see a giant among giants peeking out. No one has ever seen one so big, and with a kick it breaks a wall that has been there for centuries. Immediately many giants enter and the madness in the streets begins. Everyone runs away, but Eren notices that he is very close to his mother, so he has to go where the danger is. He quickly runs with Mikasa, but when he arrives his mother has half of her body destroyed. She orders her children to leave now, but Eren doesn't want to leave her. Until Hain arrives, he will confront the Titan, but when he sees it, he knows there's no way, so he goes back and saves the children. She can only say thank you for saving her children while Eren kicks to be released, but in the distance they see how they end up with his mother. And that day humanity remembered the terror of being annihilated by this species. Everyone starts to escape by boats, but still there is not enough space and they leave many children and adults. Eren, Mikasa, and Armin leave, watching their entire city being destroyed. At that moment, cannons on top of the wall fire to stop the monsters from entering, but suddenly a much more developed Titan appears. It starts to run, and with a swipe it knocks down the entire wall. Soldiers fly through the air, the danger increases, and it starts to release smoke from its mouth to disappear. While Eren leaves everything he had behind, regretting not having made peace with his mother before her death. And at that moment he swears that he will kill all the Titans. Each wall had small districts on its edges. The first Titan destroyed the first wall, but the second penetrated one more wall inside, losing the entire area. This causes food to become scarce, and they are rejected by the people who already lived in wall rows. This makes Eren's rage explode, but Mikasa forcibly calms him down, reminding him that he must survive no matter what. Time passed, and they tried to regain the Great Wall they lost. A fifth of the population went to fight, but only 100 returned. But with this, the food shortage was solved until one night the three, tired of living through this, decided to join the army. Time passed, the boys grew up, and the tests began. The sergeant begins to prepare these future soldiers. "What's your name?" "Armin." "But what a stupid name. Were your parents cousins?" Next, they tell us that this is the way to give them character. But we see that he doesn't say anything to another group of new soldiers, and it's because they already know the pain. At night, the boys approach Eren because he is the only one who has seen the colossal giant. He tells them about their characteristics, saying that not everyone is made to fight this war. They must have the courage and talent to do so. "I am sure I will do it and finish off all the Titans." The next day, physical preparation begins with the most basic. We see that there are people with natural talent and others with natural deficiencies. Eren is unable to stand in the harnesses, and with this he is on the tightrope. So he keeps practicing until he hits his head. At night, he begs everyone to please teach him how to stand in the harnesses, but taking into account the ego he had the day before, they reject him. Until Reiner, upon learning about everything he has experienced, knows that Eren is different. Many are here for social status or so they are not called cowards, but Eren really wants to end this and that is what is needed. So he starts to help him improve and the next day he manages to stand for a few seconds until he falls. The general decides to expel him but notices that his harnesses were damaged and when they change them they see him perfectly balanced. With this, he passes and continues his training. After 3 years of tests, the boys gain strength, agility, and learn that to finish off a Titan they must cut the back of their neck. Now they must choose which of the 3 categories they will belong to. Garrison troops, soldiers inside the walls, the Exploration Legion, soldiers who go outside the walls to face Titans, or military police, security for the king in the circle farthest from Titans. Many have worked hard to enter the military police and thus avoid the Titans. This angers Eren and he says to them, before this area was the interior, now it is the edge. Even if you go as far inside as you can, you will still be mediocre. Jean stands up to tell him that all the missions have shown us that we cannot beat them. Eren tells him, coward, I will go to the Exploration Legion to kill Titans and make progress in this war, even if it is only information. He laughs and says, I see that you only want to die. They both come to blows, but Mikasa takes Eren away. With things calmer, Armin tells him, I will also join the exploration unit. I don't want to be a nuisance. And Mikasa tells him, me too, because if I don't you will die before your time, Eren, and I am going to protect myself. Everyone chose their units, and we see that more boys decided to go to the Exploration Legion because they were inspired by Eren's speech. This motivates him a lot, and he declares that the fight of humanity is back. But a lightning bolt strikes, and behind him appears the colossal giant. It expels a burning smoke and knocks the soldiers off the top. Samuel falls unconscious, but Sasha saves him just in time. They see that this monster has already destroyed part of the wall. The human race is in danger, but Eren faces him, and this giant with one hand knocks down all the cannons of the wall. With this, he realizes that it is a thinking being. So he goes straight to the neck to finish him off, but he expels more hot smoke. Eren does not give up, but disappears like 5 years ago. Now the people must evacuate the city to a circle further inside. The soldiers take positions to gain time by driving away the Titans. The boys go for their weapons and Mikasa stops Eren and asks him, if at any time you need help, look for me and I will protect you. But just then her superior arrives and assigns her to a squad very far from Eren. She doesn't want to go, but Eren stops her and says it's not time for your selfish rules. We are in danger of extinction, so she only asks him not to die. But he still can't because he still doesn't see what the outside world is like. So they go on the attack. They jump over the buildings to defend the human race and reclaim territory until a Titan jumps. They dodge everything but one. He is still alive and begs for their help, but it is too late. Eren is filled with rage and goes to avenge his comrade. He approaches, aims at the neck, but another jumps and falls on the tiles. The rest go to rescue him, but are easily stopped by other giants. Armin freezes as he watches his friends being eaten and sees that Eren has lost a leg. A giant takes Armin as a snack while Eren remembers when Armin showed him a book that told him what the sea was like. Here they swore that one day they would know the outside world. He wakes up and changes positions with Armin and says, I have to see the outside world, but the giant closes its mouth and swallows him. Armin sees Eren die and Mikasa's sixth sense activates. Warn Armin that he had fainted. Seeing him alone, they deduce that his entire unit has died. Armin gets up, regrets it, and returns to the rearguard, thinking that this world is a hell where the strong abuse the weak. On the way, he sees a colleague who, despite his friend being dead, keeps trying to revive him and doesn't want to leave him. While Jean says that they have been given the order to retreat, but they no longer have more gas to propel themselves into the buildings because the supply squad has deserted their mission. Mikasa arrives asking about Eren's squad. They point to Armin and she asks him where Eren is. But crying, he tells her that Eren has died fulfilling his duty. It should have been me instead of him. Mikasa just holds him and says it's not time to cry. Now he tells everyone, I'll go for the gas tanks so we can escape from here. They stop her because that area is invaded by Titans, but she tells them, I can handle them all. You are cowards who prefer to stay here waiting for death. And he starts his way. The rest, upon processing her words, understand that they cannot stay here and go after her. Mikasa kills some Titans and starts using more and more gas until it runs out and falls on the tiles. She thinks how cruel this world is. Years ago, Eren's father took him to visit Mikasa's family for the first time. But before they arrived, some criminals killed his parents and kidnapped her. When they arrived, they only found the 2 bodies. He asked Eren to wait. However, he did not obey and found the criminals first. He killed 2 and freed Mikasa, but 1 was missing. He had him trapped and asked Mikasa to fight. At that moment, he understood that, in this world, you had to fight to survive, and finished him off. When everything was over, they got together and Eren's father offered him a home, while he put a scarf on her. But now, I lost my family again. This pain again. I have to start from scratch again. But no, this is the end. And at that moment we see a giant approaching, but she dodges his attack. I don't understand why I keep fighting if I don't have the will to live anymore. Why do I want to keep going here? Now she is surrounded but remembers Eren's voice asking her to fight and not give up. With this, she decides to fight because if she dies she will lose the memories she has with Eren. She grips her sword and prepares, but the Titan from behind attacks the other with a punch. She can't believe what she sees, but he's defending her. The Titan rips off his head while Armin takes Mikasa away. And they see that now, with a single blow, he knocks down another Titan, leaving him on the ground, and stomps on his neck. The boys see that this Titan understands combat. And on the other side, the soldiers go after the gas reserves. Many are stopped along the way, but a few arrive and find the deserters. Jean furiously knocks one of them down. Because of him, many people have died. But at that moment, the Titans attack. Jean sees death in the face until another Titan knocks him down. He can't believe what he sees. Mikasa and the rest arrive and tell them that this Titan is different from the others. He's not defending himself, he's fighting back against the Titans. They can't believe it, but he's their only hope. They leave him fighting with the rest while they reload their tools. As they prepare, they see that they are still surrounded, so that's the strategy to escape. There are 7 Titans below. Once they get close enough to kill them, they start shooting. This will distract them, and each of the 7 remaining soldiers will cut the neck of a giant. But if one fails, it will be the end of the entire mission. Let's get to work. They all start to go down, their hearts pounding with fear. They wait until they have them close enough, and then they open fire. The giants recoil, and the 7 warriors go straight for the neck and manage to cut them off, but 2 fail. Now they're going to kill them, but Mikasa and Annie quickly eliminate them, saving the mission. Now they can leave, but Mikasa looks out and sees that they are eating the good Titan. No one knows exactly what to do, and Armin notices that the Titan that ate Thomas is coming. The big guy sees him and gets off him and goes to kill him, going straight for the neck. He lifts him up and slams him to the ground, but his strength reaches its limit and he falls. Smoke starts to come out, and Mikasa sees an opening in the back of his neck and sees Eren's body come out from inside. She quickly goes to him, puts her heart on his chest and listens to his heart beating. She immediately cries inconsolably with joy to see that her only family member is still alive. Armin notices that Eren has regained his arm and leg and doesn't understand anything but is just grateful. At this moment, the Scouting Legion and the toughest of them all are on a mission. That's why they haven't been able to help the boys, but they have just been notified of the new Titan attack like 5 years ago, and they return immediately. All the boys return, but they can't tell what they saw on orders from above, but this news is a ticking time bomb. They decide to kill Eren because having a possible Titan within the walls is very dangerous. That's why we see High Command wanting to shoot Eren and his friends for traitors, but Eren summons the Titan to protect himself from all their bullets. Inside, he has flashbacks of his father telling him take care of this key. He injected him with something while telling him you have to go to the basement of the house. Now Eren tells his friends, I have to go to that basement to find out why I transform into a Titan, but first we have to escape from this. Armin, seeing him, knows that he is inferior in battle, so he decides to use his intelligence. He bravely leaves the Titan shouting, Eren is innocent, please don't kill him. A soldier in charge tells him, prove your words. The boy replies, I will give my life for this. There is nothing to prove. In battle, he did not attack us and only went after the Titans. With his ability and our intelligence, he gives us hope for a change. But this does not matter to them, and they order fire, but it is stopped by Commander Pixis saying, I have heard about everything that happened, we must listen to the boys. The commander takes them away and asks Armin if he has a plan to include the Titan in their strategy. He tells him that Eren as a Titan could carry the stuck south rock and plug the hole in the wall. Eren is not sure if he can do it, but this old man puts him between life and death, so he agrees. Now everyone is preparing for this new mission, and the commander communicates the strategy to all the soldiers. Eren goes ahead, advances quickly, bites his hand and transforms into a giant. Mikasa sees him hopefully but notices something strange, and Eren tries to attack her. She narrowly dodges him. She recovers and empties him out, trying to make him aware of everything again, but Eren tries to hit her and knocks himself out. The woman in charge, seeing this disaster, sends the message of mission failed. They see it from afar, and Commander Pixis orders them not to leave Eren's body while he is unconscious, remembering his family and feeling close to him. Armin goes there and finds him. Mikasa tells him everything and yells at him to go away. It's dangerous, and Armin remembers that the last time Eren's body came out of the back of his neck. So he stabs him with his sword and asks Mikasa to leave now so he can recover. She returns to the rest, and Armin tells her, "Eren, react. Remember the book we saw. Remember everything this world has, and we still haven't seen why you want to protect it." And Eren shouts, "Because this is my world," and reacts. Everyone tries to gather to return. Jean saves one of his comrades' lives, and now it's his turn to escape. A normal is about to eat him, but Annie saves him. Everyone gathers, and in the distance they see Eren carrying the rock. Armin arrives and tells them, "We must cover him if he manages to plug the hole in the wall. It would be our first battle one." They order to help Eren, and everyone sacrifices their lives because there is no house nearby to swing in that area, and fighting at ground level is suicide. Some lose their lives, the rest keep fighting, distracting the Titans so that they leave Eren free until he finally has the arc free and puts the rock where it should be, and this is the first victory of the human race against the Titans, and they give the signal of successful mission. Thank you for watching this summary of the first part of Attack on Titan. If you enjoyed this video and want to see a summary of the second part, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. Your support means a lot to us. Stay tuned for more exciting content. See you in the next video.